In order to advocate for the rights of the public health and mental health realms, I propose that we start a new media movement of change that builds on the hashtag End the Stigma. End the Stigma has a powerful message about mental health and how some mental health illnesses seem to be invisible illnesses. This hashtag was started with hopes to normalize such struggles and eradicate the harmful society shame that surrounds them. I want to join this campaign and build on the movement it has created to begin the conversation about addiction. There is a lot of negativity and argument about addiction being a real disease or not. Many claim that it's a choice because in order to have an addiction, you first must use a substance. But I want to help the public turn away from this discussion and start one that helps others see addiction for what it really is, a symptom of a much larger problem. Mental illness and the inability to cope with what is going on in their lives, using substances as a way to avoid the disturbances in their emotions, is something that affects many Americans. Although not everyone who uses a substance to cope is going to end up with an addiction. But those that do end up in the throes of addiction. They do not deserve to spend years fighting a disease that began with a mental illness and continues to upset the attempts for a normal life. Many people think of those with an addiction as junkies, losers, burnouts, tweakers, and terms that forget that these people are people who have families and hopes and dreams just like the rest of us. I want to use End the Stigma to really change the widespread view of addiction from a view that sees addicts as hopeless deadbeats to people who are struggling with mental illness. I want to use it to share stories of people who got help and learned how to cope effectively. I want the world to see substance abuse as a symptom of mental illness and to work to help those who are fighting have a fighting chance. Currently, with the drug laws the way that they are, people are spending years in the legal system serving sentences for drug possession instead of receiving the help that they really need. A heroin drug charge is a felony that drastically limits the places that these human beings can find jobs and homes, and they are put into the drug court, which is a great idea in a perfect world, but you put all of these people with the inability to cope in the same room 6 nights a week for 4 hours a day, and you expect them to not talk to other people in the drug court system. It just doesn't make sense. But if we ended the stigma for drug abuse and decided that the people that are using and might have a problem can get help instead of kicking them while they're down, we would be able to have a much better society, and our drug problem wouldn't be nearly what it is today. And I think that using the hashtag End the Stigma is a great way to do that, as well as different podcasts and things to really open up the conversation. If we talk about what Portugal did with their drug laws, we can find a better system. And I think that the start is with a simple movement that's already got some momentum, and if we just tack on to the end of that, End the Stigma for addicts as well as other mental illness, I think that it could be really beneficial for our society.